Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legends Symbiosis, where we are very close to either winning or losing this game. I have some bad news, by the way. As soon as we loaded in, this popped up. Back to Happy War it is, which means we are now at war with 4 of the 6 players in the game. And my guess is that Pink is not going to be terribly far behind. But all we have to do is stay alive for a little while. So, we're about to finish researching unexpected allies. We need to get that security building built in Arindla. That's very important. After we get that security building built, we have a couple other things to do. There are a couple of things we can still do to increase the production of Arindla. First of all, we didn't actually ever pick up the Era 2 production buildings. So, like the canal locks, obviously would be pretty good. Management sciences would be okay, like the apprenticeship registry is fine. But I think that might be the third research, because I believe the second one is Marvelous Armor. So this will give us access to some Palladian and Adamantian accessories, in addition, of course, to armor, obviously, although armor that we will not have a lot of tools, or not a lot of resources to build. Hopefully this will give us a little bit of a push in combat, as well as giving us access to an accessory that boosts the amount of industry for each citizen in your city. So this will help with our production as well. And then we'll go back and grab management sciences. I don't know how long we're talking about here. What are we doing? We're producing 3,500 science per turn. This is going to be 4708. I mean, remember, it's going to be more expensive than that because every time you gain a research, all future researches increase in cost. But okay, 2 turns, 3 turns. I mean, I guess it depends on how much rollover there is on unexpected allies. It might be 2 turns. Okay, what else do we need to do here before we move on? So we're definitely in a precarious position. I'll say this though, it's certainly exciting. Okay, you need to go forth and search for us some Eclipse ruins. So yeah, this I'm hoping that most of the world's powers are too deeply embroiled in combat with each other to really come after us. The only place that I think we're definitely in trouble is with Red. Are those guys out of move? Okay, they are. So we can grab this and grab that and then run. I don't believe it is the case that Red is at war with anybody else, so Red is probably actually going to come after us. Now, the really good news there is that even if their army is capable of taking us out, and we have not necessarily any reason to suspect that it is. Where's the next ruin? Okay, we're going to go this way. Oh, I actually can't search that ruin. They've built the city all the way around it. Okay, this guy. This guy is next. Even if Red's army is powerful enough to carry this off, even if we're not able to defend against them, they're far enough away that 10 turns is a long time. But I think Arindla might be fine. And Arindla is the only city that we need to remain functional. We're going to have to keep an eye on Blue, but Blue's forces are pretty far away from us. I don't know. This might end up being kind of close, which, again, is exciting. This is a neat outcome. So, hold on. Are my units up to date? No, we are in Era 5 now. We can get up to Tier 2 dust stuff. Let's just update our unit designs really quickly. We definitely want the Tier 2 improved life ring. And then Stone Sentinels. This stuff changes. I think that's probably it as far as units that we're actually liable to use. I guess we may as well upgrade these guys too. I think we have a Harmonite or 2 left. Okay. New unit designs. And actually, we should make sure Hokio Y is up to date as well. We don't have a ton of money to play with here. I mean, I guess that's not true. I have resources. We could sell stuff if we had to. Show obsolete. I need this thing. Army Health Boost 2. Okay. Now, how are my troops looking at... Oh, well, I had to do retrofits. Oh, geez. These are still the Stone Sentinel ones. Yeah, we need retrofits really badly. Okay, fortunately, we're going to make enough dust to do that next turn. We will not have enough titanium, but we can just buy the titanium, and we do have enough palladium thanks to ruin searches and stuff. So, okay, we definitely need to update this army next turn. We'll grab that ruin and then head down. That's going to add a turn to our travel, but probably will be okay. Alright, I need you to produce for me a Golem Rider. Golem Rider costs 120 additional dust to put out. Let's just get ourselves 120 dust. Probably you could pull back over onto industry. Okay, so all of our cities, except for Erindla, can just go into hard troop mode, because these 3 stockpiles are the last 3 that we need, right? Yeah, right now we have 7 turns of stockpiles up. If we can get this down a little bit with the industry buildings that we're researching, we could even spend those stockpiles that are almost finished in the other cities producing more troops. That might turn out to be valuable. Alright, and I think that's really all there is to it here. We're definitely in danger. We got to keep an eye out on blue, but we might be okay, maybe. If we start to lose ground to red, I don't usually like to do this, but if we start to lose ground to red, we can see if we can wrangle a truce in exchange for just giving them a city or even 2 cities. All we have to do is hold them off for a little while, you know? Okay, so let's make sure we hit this, because we have some troops in hostile territory that need to run. I have betrayed your ally. I have not betrayed your ally. I don't even really know what you're talking about, but probably it is the case that your ally betrayed me. Oh, hey, that guardian that we're supposed to keep from killing Erindla. I totally forgot about that guy. Okay, we'll deal with him in a moment. So first things first, let's buy the 5 adamantium that we're going to need for that security building, and then get that security building bought. I want to do that before we spend any money on any units, because this is actually really important. 737, that's pretty harsh. Okay, so Erindla will have a security of 60, which is not enough to guarantee that spies will not get away with stuff, but it at least should be discouraging. We can hope. And then it would be how much? 1456. Maybe we can just wait until next turn. You know, we have ruins to search too, right? Let's search the ruins and see if we maybe just find enough dust. Okay, 180. It's a good start. This is an attack conflux, and it also causes us to ignore movement penalties due to terrain. That's probably worth grabbing. And then, oh, we can totally get to this guy next turn. Sorry, what is your plan? You're trying to get in the water? I feel like this game has been very strange. Like, I'm trying to tell her to move here, and she's trying to get in the water and lose all of her movement for the next turn. And then, like, the stuff with the docks sometimes being buildable, but sometimes not being buildable. And, we've just, like, this village suddenly being destroyed when I thought I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of weird stuff is happening. Oh, right. You gotta search. 350 dust and 180. Okay. Hey, pretty good. Actually, that was a pretty good outcome. Alright, so we get to Eclipse Search this one as well. And then, honestly, after we grab this one, I might just unassign Makaniche and remake it as an army on Umgar. So do we now have enough dust? This is not actually searchable again, right? It's just that it's not fading the Eclipse thing. So we do have the dust. We're short 16.2. Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot tell if we have exactly 13 titanium or like 13.5 titanium. So we'll just buy 4 just in case. Get that retrofit. Okay. This army is as ready for battle as it's getting. Sorry, I guess it's 1 unit short. We could have another guy in there. That would help. Alright, we're not going to pop the stockpile just yet because I want to see what the effect of the new buildings is. Before we do that, like I said, we could maybe use some of these these stockpiles for defensive purposes. With 163 dust left, I don't think there's anything huge that we need to do here. Dabuo Ofosu has reached level 3. So it's going to be 8 turns before he has enough infiltration to be level 4. I don't think that's going to happen either right as the game ends, or maybe, if we're very lucky, after the game ends. So if we're going to throw down, we throw down now. So the question is, which one of these things do we do? Do we tank the Necrophage science production? We could drop their morale in an attempt to make it easier for us to fight them. Unfortunately, -1 morale for 6 turns. I mean, it's still 15% attack and defense. It's significant. And there's no way they're close to winning the game on research, because we get a notification when somebody hits 3 of the victory attacks. Yeah, I think decrease morale is the right move. It's just... Oh, okay. Well, that didn't go that well. Our spy was badly injured during the action and returned to the academy. Okay, well, it happens. What do we want to do with this spy now? We could throw the spy into one of Purple's cities. I mean, I don't think Purple is really a victory threat. I honestly don't... I don't know if I care. Like, I kind of think it doesn't really matter what we do with this. Maybe we just leave him, so as not to have to spend dust repairing him, because I don't think... He's not going to build up the infiltration points necessary. I guess we could throw him on the ground as a fighter. Okay, next turn when we have some money, we'll heal him up, put some weapons in his hands, and get him out in a fighting position. And you can just start building me a... What would it be to start a Stone Sentinel now? If we got up to... Can I buy 5 titanium pretty cheaply? Yes, I can. Okay, start building me a good unit. None of this basic-ass Golem Rider nonsense. Alright, we still don't see a lot of hostiles. There are blue ships around, but I think for the moment they're still all too busy with each other. Do you have... Okay, you have movement order. Alright, so we definitely want to engage with this guy immediately upon the beginning of the turn. I want to kill him now before he has a chance to get away. And that way we don't have to think about him anymore. Hopefully red is still a few turns from attacking us. Run, everybody run. Okay, I think it actually entered that. Okay, there's the declaration of war from Pink. The good news is we don't have any reason to believe that Pink has a functional army. We certainly can't afford to go on the water anymore, but I'm not too worried. We do, if we buy 3 more titanium, have the resources necessary to start building another proper Stone Sentinel. Quickly, too. Okay, yeah. Get some troops out, like, pretty fast. You are definitely just going to make me a Golem Rider. But these troops are not terrible, right? So, we need to build... Oh, that's... Okay, this one doesn't require any titanium. But this does. That's another 5 titanium. Fortunately, this building is quite old and probably pretty cheap to buy out. Yes, 737. Okay, so that's going to be another 5 industry per citizen, plus 1 industry on each terrain tile the city is exploiting that has industry, as long as summer lasts. Which is going to be for a significant portion. There's 2 more turns of Eclipse, and then at least 1 more turn of, that guy's just probably dead then. Yeah, not much we can do about this. If we're quick, we might be able to search that ruin before he gets deleted next turn. Okay, already normal searched that, apparently. Okay, 25 Hyperion. That's a fair amount of money we just found in that ruin. Hey, I don't remember what I was saying. It probably wasn't important. Let's resolve this battle. Okay, so Skoros has the ability to mind control people, which is roughly as dangerous as it sounds. Let's try to fight smart. The bad news is he has initiative advantage. The good news is we can probably start far enough back that he doesn't get to attack us on the first turn. He can move to here or here. So as long as we don't have a unit in that space, he actually can't attack me first. Then we definitely want Hakia Y in, yeah, like, in a good attacking position here. Oh, I can't start there because that's a dock. Yeah, this should work. Actually, he's going to be, like, right there. So you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll be able to attack him, but you won't. But if we swap, Hakia Y goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. This way, all of the cavalry should get to hit him. And there's a chance Hakiawai will stun him, right? She has that hammer. Okay. So what you're about to see right here is a demonstration of why I don't think Guardians are great. And obviously this Guardian has pretty bad stats, so don't, guy got all in my way. This Guardian has pretty bad stats, so don't take this as the way these will necessarily go. But make sure we're telling Hakiawai to attack from a distant side. But the problem is that even if they are very powerful units and they do a great job of killing the one or maybe with free counter 2 things that they get to attack in a turn, they still get mobbed like this if they get caught out in the field. It's not that they are units that are objectively bad, it's just that generally speaking they're not really worth the resource cost. If you had spent the same number of resources, like the same amount of industry and strategics building smaller units. Wow, 4,000 dust is a pretty good reward. You usually would have been better off, is my experience. Oh, hey, guys. I'm gonna try to get over here. Okay. Well, let's quickly unassign, create army on... Okay, we can't do it on Amgar. Create army on Sayap, and you can just run. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have an action point, so I can't attack him, but we'll attack him at the beginning of next turn. And we got 40 spices for our trouble. Can we exchange Feed on Bones' gear? Yes, even though he is in a sieged city, we can do that. Let's turn off Show Obsolete for a second. Because you should have some real weapons. You're gonna get in a little bit of trouble here. You know what? We do have all of this Hyperium. Sure, use a Starblade. We so rarely get to see these things. And then we don't really have the resources to give him anything super fancy over here, but we can give him like personal improved life and army improved life. And honestly, regeneration is like okay. Nope, siege prevents you from accessing only dust is accessible. Fair enough. I thought I remembered there were some restrictions. Let's actually go for claws. I like the claws, I think. If we can't use our fancy Starblade. Okay. You're as ready as you're getting. Boy, once again, don't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, usually it's better to have a larger number of smaller units. You want your... in general, you want your strength spread evenly over your units if possible to prevent bad things from happening to a single unit and having that just, like, completely destroy you. Oh, hey, free industry stockpile. I mean, not... sorry, that's kind of the opposite of free. Hey, industry stockpile that I have to pay for. While we're at the market, let's just 10, 10, 10, and... Oh, there are not 10 Titan Bones. Okay, we need to watch the market, because we're going to need to refresh our Titan Bone supplies soon. How much time do we have with those? 5 turns. Okay, we have 5 turns for somebody to commit some Titan Bones to the market. And we know we won't need all of these industry stockpiles, so I'm wondering if the smart thing to do is to spend it here. Probably this is the right move, right? Like, put a couple more guys in the queue and drop one of those. Okay. Well, we're as ready to fight as we're getting. Unfortunately, me attacking that dude right at the beginning of the turn probably takes precedent over me trying to search this ruin, because I definitely don't want to give them time to move any reinforcement armies in. Are we to attack right now? Okay, we have to hit the button, and I guess we don't have to let Makani-che get in range. Also, Makani-che's gear is terrible. Let's fix this up a little bit. Yeah, that'll do for now. Sorry, you still have Break Wall on. Do I actually want Break Wall? Like... 6 defense, 20% defense, 10% health versus... Or 10% damage. I do like 10% damage. We could equip Tua's Hammer, but equipping Tua's Hammer actually makes us lose the stun capacity. That's a lot more attack and damage, though. Right, we go from 154, 171 Oh, it's not actually that big of a difference. And I like potentially having the stun capacity. I think we're going to leave it like this. Yeah, he would be useful. Okay, we'll try to get him in range. Alright, let's see what things look like on the other side of these buildings. Also, it's going to take forever for us to get Marvelous Armor. Actually, we should probably swap those techs then, because we could get that other Era 2 tech done pretty quickly. Alright, so the moment we see Makani Che in range, there we go. It should happen before the AI starts executing their moves for the turn, fingers crossed. Oh my god, the hitching. Okay. I will say, though, by the way... Hold on, can we... Can't manipulate thing. Ah! I will say, like, it's still not the case that Guardians are terrible. And if you can use a Guardian as a reinforcing army, they're still pretty dangerous. And, as I said earlier, I still, even with all those caveats and everything, I still do think that the Water Guardian is a pretty dangerous unit, and the Earth Guardian is a pretty dangerous unit. So, I don't use them, but I probably don't use them too much, you know? I'm probably a little bit too dismissive, because they are not horrible. I just don't like devoting the time. We're going to check for Titan Bones every single turn until the end of the game. I guess there's nothing left to do right now except to resolve this, and then we'll have a better sense of what else we need to do. So we are given a very poor chance of winning this battle. Why? Oh, well, they do have guys who have 986 health. That has something to do with it, I imagine. Jesus Christ, how does he have so much life? 144 attack on 93 damage with Infantry Slayer 3, so that's pretty scary. This Dust Bishop is less deadly, but still kind of a huge pain. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I guess I kind of see why... Oh, wow, look at how squishy this dude is. 399 attack on 144 damage is cool, but he has 82 defense with 200 life. So the first step of this battle is going to be kill that hero. And again, like I said, we can just cede some cities if we have to. Their Dust Bishop gets to go pretty early in the turn. I want Hakia Y in a position where attacking that hero is an option, which means we have to be pretty far forward because we're going to have to run through some forest. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, can I not do it from here even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We just can't attack the hero. Unless the Dust Bishop moves. But the Dust Bishop would have to move, like, out of our way. Because if we could run that path, we could get him. Alright, well then I think the plan has got to be... You start here. It's a little awkward. Okay. Oh no, I'm miscounting. So, oh, that's right. Our movement isn't impeded by terrain obstacles because of that conflux. Okay, cool. Yeah, the cavalry units should try to fight the Dust Bishop. And honestly, the other units just have to kind of hope. If we can take out this guy, he's a pretty huge amount of damage relative to his toughness. But after that, it's just going to be a real slog. And it's important to remember Soul Leech. Whenever one of our units dies, each stalwart that has attacked it on that turn is going to gain 20% of their max HP back. They're going to gain about 200 HP. Undoing quite a lot of our work, sadly. Okay, well that wasn't too bad of a start. That also pretty good. Yeah, we get to hit them pretty hard too, but they just have so much health. Okay, the dredge is actually going to go down pretty quickly. That's great for us. I'm a little worried about that Dust Bishop finishing off Hakia Y. let's make sure we have a couple of other people focused on their hero. I know this is I'm putting myself in an ambiguous commands situation here. Okay, still attacking the same target. Good. But I think given the gap in the importance between these enemy units, I think it matters. Okay, hey, a stun. That's absolutely excellent. We're having some good outcomes here. I mean, it's a rough battle, but I think we're gonna win. We're at least not going to lose, you know what I mean? Okay, so you three can be focused on him. And then I'm actually gonna have all of these units attack here, and all of these units try to attack here. We gotta start focusing up. That stun was really lucky. And we managed to roll a couple of good defenses here as well. Or rather, we've managed to get them to roll a couple of bad attacks. Okay, well, unfortunately we can't get any more any more weapons on them than we currently have on them. Please just kill him. Okay, or refresh the stun. That's also okay. You know, he picked the best spot he could stand in, really. The two sides of him are not available to us to kill. So I'm going to have the Harmonite back up if I can. It's possible the Stalwart... Oh no, the Stalwart's not going to have an attack. Yeah, I want the low health unit out of there. I do not want there to be any chance of something silly happening and us ending up with something dying and feeding him 200 health. Also, the Harmonites aren't really doing that much damage. Come on, let's see some big critical hits here. Nope, or everybody can do 0, that's fine. That's a pretty big win for us. Now, the bad news is, technically the city's still under siege. Yeah, we didn't lose anything. That's wonderful. We finish a unit? We did finish a unit. Can you make it down here? Because if you can attack this army, I think it might be worthwhile. Right now, he's able to keep the city from being optimally productive, right? We could probably change that. We do have to be careful about their hero. And this might not work. Oh wow, he set up really close to us. We're not going to get to pick targets here. Shoot, I wasn't thinking about the initiative. Ah well. Oh, you couldn't even kill him, really? Left him at 32 health. Alright, so where are we at on this? We are now 7 turns to the temple. So we do need the remaining industry stockpiles. I am going to go ahead and pull this. Yeah, we can get management sciences done fast enough to maybe take another turn off. But I think it's pretty likely that we're just going to have to... Oh, QI leveled up again. Yeah, sure. Plus 15% attack on all units. That seems good. I think it's pretty likely that we're just going to have to survive for 7 turns. Alright, we already checked the... Oh, but somebody sold some stuff after we checked. Okay, cool. So we will be able to run our Titan Bone Booster through the end of the game then. Do we have spices running right now? We do. Irinla's governor has been targeted, so Weirasigo is poisoned. That's not that big a deal. If he's wounded out, we can certainly just restore him immediately. Ah, yeah, you're dead. And the upside there... Oh, hey, nice. They moved away on their own. Yeah, the definite upside there is that they moved an army away from the front between us in order to chase that guy. So who goes in which army? We only have we have 2 Golem Riders here already. I think we're going to throw the Stone Sentinel in here. These 2 in there. And then we might have Mykara back off. Just try to cover in case we see anything land over here, like... Okay, no, that's just a fire ship. Yeah, I'm going to have Mykara fall back. I don't think that this is a job that necessitates both of these armies being in the same place. Alright, I have some hope, though. That's a pretty great outcome there. Better than I was expecting. Keep an eye on the stockpiles as well. Oh yeah, and I guess we can do this now. So let's throw some pretty basic gear on you. So as a Forgotten, this character dual wields, which means we can equip a weapon in each hand. You only get half of the attributes of your offhand weapon, but we could go like, let's see, 77 attack plus 40%, 48 damage plus 30%. 156, 121 versus... Yeah, this is a pretty obviously better weapon. I figured that would be the case. You're going to get the fancy stuff. We're going to go with a cool one-handed sword and then an axe in the offhand. And the axe can just be kind of made of whatever. We'll buy him something for that in a second. And get you some improved life and some improved life. And... Regen? Movement. Movement, yeah. Okay, so we need either 6 titanium, or sorry, 6 palladium or 6 adamantium. I don't think it really matters which. We only have to buy 3 of this. Let's give you a one-handed axe for your offhand. So we go axe in one hand, sword in the other, because you do get the, although the offhand gives you reduced stats, you do get the full use of the capacities of both hands. And Skykeeper Dabuo Ofosu is now like a pretty competent ranged unit, or military unit. And I think we're going to drop him on Sayap, because I don't really know where he's going to need to go yet. Actually, if I had dropped him on Graldam or Rexos, he probably could have gotten this ruin before the end of the eclipse. I don't think we searched that yet. Oh well, whatever. Not a big deal. Okay, just keep creating units. It seems like we might actually be able to hold red off, which is great. Six more turns. All we have to do is survive 6 more turns. I'm feeling relatively confident. Okay, 1 to 4 turns until winter. So winter falling would not be a big deal. In fact, actually, winter falling is good for us, right? Because it increases the industry output of the city by 25%. Winter would actually be great. If winter were to happen next turn, it'll shave at least a turn off. This Golem Rider joins up. This Golem Rider also joins up with this army. I think we want to have this army full before we want to put anything in that one. Long Fangs, just get more of this. Ululani, I guess, can get more Blazing Ingenuity. Probably Management Sciences is not going to give us any actual... it's probably not going to be enough to take a turn off here. That's my guess. Alright, keep producing dudes. I see a red ship with 6, or red army with 6 units in it here, and they are actual combat units. So, I'm a little worried about leaving Omgar. You make it, you can make it to there. That's good enough. We'll have this army run back to meet up with them. I guess we don't have to worry about this guy hitting us this turn. Or on their next turn, right? Because he'll lose all his movement when he gets on land. 7? Okay, but that's an actual navy. Yeah, I think what's happening right now, the reason we're not being slaughtered, is that blue is still occupying all of green and purple's attention, and you can see blue is actually conquering further north, which is really good for us. Tells us that they are very distracted. Why do I have vision right here? Oh, because that's an Urkan. Yep, that makes sense. Should Urkans have... Okay. Never mind. I was going to say, like, the Urkans have to be able to move across the water, I guess. But it does seem awfully silly for them to do it in boats, doesn't it? Is there anything else we could build here that would be useful? We could build that cargo dock now. Well, probably we ought to do that. Okay, yeah. So, we can build the cargo dock now because the city now has access to an ocean tile. This is the same thing that happened over here, I think, right? When we got access to these tiles. Not that they are ocean tiles, but that are connected to the ocean. That was when we could build this. So I think that's what happened here, too. As soon as the city is exploiting any tile that matches the cargo docks requirements, it can build the cargo docks in any water tile that it exploits. Okay, well that's pretty cool, actually. Put that there, and then one of these here. That will be an actual very significant boost in the productivity of this city. Can we really not buy this out for 1,308? Okay, I'm just gonna sell something real quick here. There we go. You get both of those done in the same turn. That'll help that city quite a bit. And then... Well, hold on. Let's wait until winter. We'll see exactly how many of the stockpiles we actually do have to use. I'm going to keep you guys right here playing defense. Alright, fingers crossed for winter. We'll lose a little bit of dust output, we'll lose a little bit of food output. And we'll take that big expansion disapproval hit. But we can buy off the latter, and the former two things don't matter at all. They don't matter enough at this point in the game. So we do have to... Is there a watchtower? There's a watchtower base here. It'd be really nice if we could build one there. I'm a little worried about Pink coming over the ocean. That is a thing we have to care about a little bit. Hey! That's pretty weird. Building this dock seems to have constructed a road over the ocean. This has to be because this is not technically like normal ocean water, right? What a strange thing. Like I said, this whole particular game has been running very strangely. Where am I being attacked? The Golem camp at Sayap. Oh, those dudes are able to get on land in a space adjacent to something that actually matters. Okay, we'll deal with that in a second. Sayap's going to lose its Golem camp. Feeds on bones. Why don't you are the governor of Umgar. Why don't you reduce the cost of unit production in your city? That seems useful. Get the grass silk back up. We don't have enough dust water to rerun the dust water booster because we have 0 dust water. Is that fixable? No. No, not especially. Okay, we're still totally fervent though. All cities fervent. Alright. So we're going to have to kill these guys. We can attempt to fight them. Oh, actually, hold on. These are not the most modern design. Or it's possible these are the most modern design, and those stalwarts we saw before were only as strong as they were because of the hero. We will definitely lose this fight. I'm going to choose not to defend the Golem camp. We would definitely lose that fight, but we also can definitely rebuild that Golem camp very quickly. Like this turn without slowing down on unit production. And let's kill those guys for their insolence. Let's see. We don't have any spare units available. I think we should be able to do this with Makani Che's army of Golem Riders and Dabuo Ofosu as backup. Can we equip Longfangs with some stuff? Let's just throw some gear on him real quick. He's going to want to be part of this too, I'm sure. We don't really need to go that hard here. Let's just give him the basics. I really do wish that they would fix that show obsolete issue. You don't need movement stuff, so... regen, I guess. You really don't need that either. Okay, so these guys spent their action point already. They will not be able to retreat. Wait. Get here. Hold on. We can afford to bring this army up and then have them run most of the way back in the same turn. So right there is the tile that we have to stand on. Yeah, there's no reason not to use the full force here. Let's not put ourselves in a position where I can misestimate to a degree that will actually punish us. Okay, there we go. Now we fight you, and easily kill you. Unfortunately, Red getting to take down the Golem camp makes it very likely that they will not... I don't want to fight this. It makes it very likely that they will not consider a truce. They're going to view that as them having won a big battle. They're going to be all pumped up on their own strength here. So I'm thinking, if I have this guy standing here, this dredge... Well, I was going to say this dredge gets to run forward and hit twice, but we don't have to let that be true. Wakani Che can just hit that guy. Yeah, this is fine. Wakani Che runs to here, stops that dude. And then... you cannot get close enough for it to matter, so go to the place you can go to. You... want to make sure everybody's got sensible attack orders. Do that, or maybe we want to steal this guy's attack, not let him... No, I want to focus. You can move to here and attack that guy. Alright, I think this is a slightly advantageous situation for us. I'll tell you, it would be non-ideal if they had, like, any Dust Bishops at all. Alright, hell yeah, circular attack. Okay. It is nice to have the initiative advantage for a change. God, we do so much more damage than they do on a hit, and it just, like... their bar barely even moves. This is way too much health. You can focus there. I guess we better make sure this guy actually dies. Really? You couldn't have gotten to here and attacked from there? Yeah, like the same thing that guy did? Yeah, okay. Well, whatever, as long as we get it filled. Yeah, it would be really nice if we could stop having to fight them at this point. There's not really a lot of sense in giving specific orders. Battle's gonna go how it's gonna go. Okay, there we are. So we're going to get the worst possible attack table on these guys all of the time. They have just way too much defense for us to fight through. Yeah, this dude's at 498 defense, but every time we get even the half damage roll, we get to hit for over 100. That's a combination of our actual damage value plus the buff from being on lava tiles. Or on volcanic tiles. I probably could have had the injured guy fall back. This is probably a mistake leaving him up here. Well, he's not the first person to attack that dude anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, I think at this point we can pretty obviously have POI head back to Amgar. Now this is probably fine. Or even here. Yeah, because that's very under control next turn. Ani Che gets more personal damage. And Buo Ofosu unfortunately doesn't really have access to a lot of valuable skills at this point. Alright, we're holding out. No cities need orders. Is this... We have, what, 2 more turns of the booster? Okay. We're going to pop those last bits of... Or those last industry boosters at the very last moment for each of them. Alright, so we went through 1 turn there of not actually getting the resources from the Golem Camp. At a certain point, it really stops mattering whether or not your Golem Camp survived the turn. Just rebuild them endlessly. What has ended? Oh, this has started. Okay, well, it turns out we don't have any alliances. Nobody wanted to be our friend. I'm sure this is really working out the way they had all hoped it would. By the way, I do want to say, I did have confirmation from the from Leader Enemy Boss, who runs the Endless Legend Community Patch Project, that is a bug. They were not supposed to all declare war on me. The people who are allied with me should have probably tried to stay allied with me. And he did give me a fix, like, immediately. I could have gone back in time and unwound it, but I thought this would be a little bit more fitting, sort of a dramatic ending. So let's get this. I mean, we don't... Not a lot of sense in doing that manually. Okay. That problem is solved. Let's get you back down toward the middle, so that if they come to Arindla, we are ready for them. I've seen a lot of blue boats, but not a lot else going on. Is this war... Well, things are pretty much going how they're going. Oh, we're being attacked. Hold on. Nope, I'm not trying to click on the city. I'm trying to click on this dude. Get in that army. You get in that army. You get down here. Oh, they're coming at us with a couple of units. I'm assuming that's not just a boat. No, it is in fact an Earth Guardian in a transport ship. Well, what do we have here? Pretty weak Kekator. I mean, like, good offensively, but easy to kill. And then, yeah, just the same kind of stuff we've been seeing. And they have another Guardian. And our Guardian has been targeted again, and we've badly injured their spine and returned him to the Academy. It doesn't really... I don't think that them targeting the Guardian again, or the Governor again, does anything, because I think he was already going to die from the poison. So when he does, we will simply buy him back and place him back in control of Arindla. It's not a big deal. Target Governor, not a super strong option in the late game. Okay, so I probably want to... What I would most ideally like to do is let Makani Che catch up before we go into battle with this dude. But I am a little worried about those Guardians making it onto the shore. You can join up with him. Unfortunately, the one in Omgar is just going to have to stay in Omgar. And, I mean, no big surprises here. Alright, 4 turns worth of builds in every queue, I suppose. Make sure that we are built up through the end. So yeah, do we want to wait, is the question. Oh, also, we actually did complete that industry research, so let's build those buildings. I need 5 titanium. Who knows? Maybe these will be enough to take a turn off of it. I have... It says 5 right there. We click out and back in. No? What if I buy 1 more? No, oh, you know what? There's no terrain. There's no forest terrain tiles. That's why we can't build that there. There's no forest in this city. Okay, well, an extra industry on each tile that we are exploiting is certainly And, you know, little boosts to the flat amount of industry we're producing are going to get multiplied by all of our many, many multipliers, so it's not a terrible thing. If we were to move... Wondering here, can we move enough people over onto food? Yeah, let's accelerate this birth by 1 turn. Who knows, maybe the extra industry from that will also be enough, or maybe that combined with the other thing will be enough. We just got to try to get this going as quickly as possible. So do we want to just go now? I mean, you're pretty tough. Actually, Sclera is a real danger. That Hecatomb ability is a buff. I think we've talked about this, but just in case. Is a buff that Sclera can use on a unit to cause that unit to explode when it dies, and it deals an amount of damage in the explosion based on its max HP. So, with the stalwarts that we're seeing here, that could be really dangerous. I guess there's only one of those stalwarts. You know what? Let's do it. Let's fight now. Because if we could drive... if we could drive these guys back... Oh, they have very limited setup space, too. That's actually really big. Yeah, if we could drive them back and get them to stop sieging, then we could have our armies rush into the water and attack the Guardians in the water, which would be really nice. So, yes, I am fine with this setup. Kia Y is going to hit one of the guys on the reinforcement panels. I think, actually, this one is the one I care most about. Hey, Hakia Y, accept orders. There we go. Because we do also want to try to kill them. I guess, maybe not. Maybe I want to lock up the one who is least likely to die. Just keep that panel locked forever. Well, for this turn, this attack is probably the only one we're going to get out of you. Okay, yeah, that being the case, I want to try to focus on kills. But everybody else, just kind of run forward and do murder. Man, 140, is that all I could get? I do wish that we had, like, any ranged units at all. It might have been worth picking up a second assimilation slot just so that we could build ranged units. In fact, probably it was worth doing. Alright, everybody just make sure you're make sure you're focusing on non-stalwart units that you can reach. The Dust Bishops coming in with their healing. Which is very frustrating. Oof, and we just took a stun there. Well, this is going to make it hard to kill them. The fact that they managed to wall us up in this way, and then, like, one of our units that is part of the wall is stunned on top of it. Yeah, maybe try to help out with this guy instead, then. And see, this is why I was worried about Dust Bishops, because they do this. It's just, like, incredibly frustrating to fight against. Wow. That's a very good circular attack. I didn't make sure to give the best possible orders to the units that weren't in front there. And we're paying a little bit of a price for it, because we could definitely have killed this guy if I had made sure that the units in the back ranks had good targeting. We should not be trying to hit that guy first. Okay, yeah, all of you can focus on him. Ugh, man. They're getting healed for so much. Alright, we can bring this guy down. Now we no longer have to worry about Soul Leech. And then we're on their healers, we're on their casters, but I'm not convinced that this is necessarily going to be enough. The terrain is really favorable to them. Bottlenecks. Bottlenecks are always rough for the force that has the larger number of melee units. And if you can't kill these guys in one or like stun them or something, they just heal each other so much. Well, this is the last battle of the last turn of this particular battle, and then we'll have a second army in place pretty soon. Please finish him off. All right. Ah, that zero's very disappointing. Well, the militia was not going to do 170 either way, so we weren't going to get him. Okay, we can't buy feed Zembones and put him back in the city until the city is no longer sieged. This is a tough one. This is going to be a rough position. Grab those pearls. Is that another Guardian? No, okay, that's just a stalwart with a hero. Alright. We are low enough on bodies here to defend Omgar that I think there's a significant chance that we will lose this battle if Geos... I mean, if Geos gets into the battle, I would say it's certain we will lose it. Out of curiosity. Yep, he's feeling triumphant because he is sieging our city, despite the fact that that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Out of curiosity, could we, if we gave you everything we had... Nope. Not even willing to consider a truce even a little bit. What if we just gave you the city and got it over with? Sorry, I'm looking at his cities. Oh, I'm not allowed to offer him Omgar. I could give him something else, though. He would totally tap out if we gave up a city. Okay. Here's what I think we can do. And we actually do need all of the boosters, it looks like. Winter not falling has actually really bitten us in the ass. I was thinking, if we force some units out, these guys are 870 each. And we'd only be able to force the build of one. Well, 275 plus the 1600 would mean that we get 2 done. We still have a Stone Sentinel and a Harmonite. We get 1 attack out of Hakia Y. We also get this Golem Rider and also Dabuo Fosu. Actually, what we probably do here is just attack immediately at the beginning of the turn. These 2 guys will be enough, I think, to let us get this done. Maybe. And if we can push him off and then trade him Omgar in exchange for a truce quickly, that might do the thing. That might be good enough. Make sure that you are in... Yeah, you're moving into range. Okay, let's go for it. But yeah, if we could trade him Omgar in exchange for a truce, I think that's a very acceptable loss. Appeasement is not a real strategy. It does not work in the long term. But if you only have to survive 4 more turns, you know, maybe that's good enough. Just want to initiate this combat immediately. We do have the militia units too. Yeah, I think this will work. Right, and that locks them all. This will give us some time to work some stuff out. Definitely reactivate the Titan Bones. Where Seago got poisoned out. He is bought back and placed back in control of the city immediately. And we're looking at 5 turns on the Temple of the Earth's core somehow. Somehow it gained a turn. Also, what's going on here? Huh. We lost some food and some industry is the only way I can interpret that. That's weird. Maybe those numbers aren't recalculating dynamically. Because it should not be possible for this number to be 5 turns. Oh, because we're seeing the number without the stockpile on. That's why. Okay. Yeah, those 3 stockpiles just have to go there. We could have saved a stockpile for defending Omgar if Winter had fallen earlier. Alright, let's do it. Maybe, you know what, I made a mistake here. I should have engaged with Dabu Ofosu, because Hakia Y is able to reach them no matter what. I guess Ofosu will be able to as well. I think probably we want to go like... you want to start in the city tiles. I get that. Okay, this is fine. Let's have you run back here and just stop this guy from doing his thing for a turn. You can go after that guy. Yeah, alright. Come on, great big hit. Oh wow, and we took 0 damage, so... actually get to hit again, that's pretty nice. That is not the tile I wanted you to move to. I did not specify, that's my bad. Aww. It really looked like we were going to get to kill him. Okay, so you two work on this. You get the caster, or you get the hero. You get him. And you guys, I guess you're just like... oh, I see that we've been attacked somewhere else. That's a little worrying. Oh, a battle with red is over. He attacked an undefended golem camp somewhere. I bet it's Sayap again. Okay, that's a pretty good hit. I'm pretty confident we're going to get this. Wow, that was a serious amount of damage, though. Like I said, we got to act quickly. Trade red to or trade Umgar to red in exchange for a truce. Good beam attack. Red, truce, Umgar, offer. Aha! Alright, I concede. I concede the city. It's yours. What was this? It was the Golem Camp. Oh, it was the Golem Camp at Umgar. So they actually made the city worse right before we gave it to them. Alright, everybody, withdraw. You held on bravely, and almost certainly long enough. Also an XP up for Ofosu. Okay. Can you even move when you're on an enemy space? Yes, okay. When you're on an enemy district. I'm not trying to merge armies. Oh, that is totally the space those armies are standing in. My bad. Okay, we could have gotten a different, like a more complex negotiation done there, but I was worried that if I didn't do that if I didn't execute as quickly as possible, we would Umgar would get sieged again, and it would no longer be a valid trade. So it's possible that we're going to get backstabbed on this. It's possible Red's going to redeclare, but I wouldn't expect it to be immediately, and I think we've definitely bought ourselves enough time. And winter falls on the absolute last turn it possibly could. Which is a real shame for us, because they could have used that extra industry. Ah, well. 2 turns. All we have to do is keep Arinda alive for 2 turns. We're definitely going to run Makani Che's army all the way over there right now. And yeah, everybody who's not red, who declared on us, I guess, was just too busy doing other stuff. By the way, look at how large the city of Halithby has become. Is this red redeclaring on me? It sure is. Okay, man, whatever. That must have been very expensive in terms of influence output. Okay, well, I guess the best thing to do would be to run units up here to play defense. I don't know, man. We probably can't hold Sayap. We'll see. We will at least try. Alright. Purple has bought off the black spot. That really doesn't affect us at all. Yeah, this doesn't matter at all. No army reinforcement. Yeah, I don't think that affects us. Do we maintain fervency? We totally do. Okay, so, like, no downside at all to winter. I do believe at this point it is too late for anybody to do anything. We're going to finish Marvelous Armor the same turn that we create our Temple of the Earth's Core. And so now, with 2,000 influence, we head down into the center of the planet alone, and everybody else can just freeze to death for being cruel to us. Not exactly the ending that I would have predicted a couple episodes ago, but it looks like we've done it. I can't see what anybody could do that would even matter at this point. Just gonna have our armies move away from Sayap. If we lose Sayap, so be it. Doesn't actually matter. Oh, victory notification. Look out now. The necrophages are kind of approaching a dust victory. And we've been black spotted. I mean, I get it. Everybody wants to make the guy who looks like he's winning lose instead. But maybe had to be a little bit more responsive there. We're just gonna hit end turn. We're just gonna hit end turn. What do you mean? So it just made a noise like, no. You're not allowed to win. Arindla did hit 16 population, so if we'd had a little bit of time left, we could have bought out another burrow. Ooh, yeah, I was very worried about that game. Round about the end of the last 2 episodes. But hey, we did it. That is going to be us notching the final faction on impossible difficulty with the Endless Legend community patch. We're in a little bit of an awkward spot here, difficulty-wise, where on impossible, I can win while playing kind of loose. Like, I definitely made some non-optimal decisions at some points during that game. There were some things that did not work out my way. There were also some things that I just was not prepared for, like us only sometimes being able to build docks where I wanted them, or whatever it was that happened to this village. Like, did I really just have a destroyed Silix village in my territory for an extremely long period of time? I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't much matter. SB wins alone. Purple and green, you could have come with us. We could have kept you warm too. There's plenty of room. Look at the size of this temple. But no, everybody who's not me freezes, despite what it said in my quest text. So yeah, like I was saying, we're in kind of an awkward position here because impossible is maybe a hair too easy, but endless is really too hard. So, if we should pick the game back up, that is where we will start, is trying to get to the place where I can win consistently on Endless with the Endless Legend community patch installed. But this is going to be the end of not just this game, but the series for the moment. For the first time in a long time, there's not going to be a daily Endless Legend episode. Thank you all so very, very much for watching. I know Endless Legend is a thing. This series is a thing that a lot of people are into, and it's a thing that has been a pillar of the channel for a long time. And I really appreciate all of the support that you all have given me, but man, oh man, do I need a break. So, come back next time, tomorrow and next week, and, you know, whatever after, for some new stuff. And Endless Legend probably is coming back at some point in the future. And we'll see you then.